awesome trip. Yeah, it was excellent.
He's under, folks. He's under. 10th one, unsuccessful.
A little bit too close to this one.
Back down towards Singapore, Johor Bharu. Adam just bought a boat. Actually, I need to get my boat from Thailand to Malaysia. The proposal was that Marcus meets me where the boat is, Hua Hin, Thailand, and then I could take him, without using the engine of course, to Sarawak, Malaysia. Alright, so now that the plan is to bicycle up to Thailand.
This is what $20 will get you for a hotel room in Taiping, Malaysia. Boutique hotel, $20. It's the cheapest room I could find in this town, actually. But it's absolutely massive.
Getting a reasonably early start this morning, about 7:30. Still nice and cool. Leaving Taiping here and heading north to Kuala Kecil, I think I'll stay at tonight. Just another day on the bike. Pretty quiet road. It's pretty nice. Just palms everywhere. Palms everywhere, and not many towns. I didn't get breakfast yet, so I'm hoping I see something soon. Yeah, just reading the paper here. Oh, look at that. Nice high for this. Oh, there he is again. Oh, there he is again. Oh, there he is again. Oh, whoa, there he is again. Oh, that's it for that. So many monkeys everywhere. Cool monkeys. They're everywhere along this road. It's like every 500 meters there's another crew. Oh, it's hot. It's very hot right now. I'm getting towards, I think, 80 kilometers on the day right now. There's this whole idea that we need to keep on developing and building more infrastructure. Right now, we need to stop so-called development. We're building way too much. We have way too much as it is. There's so many empty homes in the world right now, so many empty buildings, so much empty space, and yet we keep on building more and more and more. This is a good example. This giant convention center in the middle of nowhere. Over there is like just empty palm land. I guess there's a town somewhere over here, but they're really expecting some giant expansion. And it looks like the beginning of a big mosque here beside this temple. But this is just the case everywhere in Malaysia. They're development crazy, and they think that building more stuff like dragons and temples and suburban houses so that people can have their second and third homes. It's just too much. It really is just too much, as I almost fall. Another hot day. Got to the northern part of Malaysia here now, and starting to see the Thai influence. There's a lot more Buddhist temples and some Thai food. I had some yummy green papaya salad just now for lunch. A lot of rubber. I think it might rain. Will I find cover? I don't know. I hope so. I'm so close. I'm less than 10 kilometers where I need to get, but 10 kilometers in that way.
Yo, it's my
sweet $20 room. Not as nice as the last one, quite a bit smaller, but still pretty good. Another pretty hot day on the bicycle today. I'd say not that much happened, but some interesting things did happen today. I was biking along the road. I don't know, it was maybe 9:30 in the morning. I hadn't had breakfast yet. I just started getting hungry, so I stopped to have some peanut butter that I had put raisins in, which is really tasty, and I was just spooning it out there. Just pulled over on the side of the road. As I was doing so, an old gentleman on a motorbike pulled up and started saying like, "Hey, how you doing? You okay?" I thought he thought like something was wrong at first. I was like, "Oh, I'm all good." But he decided to stop, pull over his bike, and start chatting to me, which was, not that uncommon. People are pretty friendly at times. And then he did the usual thing. They asked how old I was. I said I was 36. He was speaking in Malay the whole time, to put it in perspective a bit. I can understand pretty much basic conversation now in Malay pretty good. Though I can speak a very basic Malay, but it's sedikit, just a little bit. So he came over and was curious about what I was eating, and kacang, peanut butter. I didn't know how to say butter actually, kacang, but so anyways, he figured it out, and I went to like look inside my front little bag on my bike to like get a spoon out, and he went and like looked right in, and I like closed it basically on his hand before he could start snooping around in my bag. He just had like no respect for personal boundaries whatsoever. And then, you're married yet? Are you married yet? I was like, no, I'm not married yet. 36, not married. Like, what's wrong with you? And then he like tapped my crotch, and I was like, whoa, dude, like easy now, like give me some space there. As he did that, he's like, what is your dick not working? Like, is it not working? I was like, nah, it's all good. And then he like looked at my shirt. My shirt is my collared shirt is like buttoned open, undone, and he pulled it over open and like looked at my chest, and he's like, oh yeah, like chantik is like beautiful, or I guess handsome. And I was like, yeah. I guess he was like inspecting me to see if something was wrong with me, as that's why I wasn't married at 36. He like went back to like check again. I was like, dude, like come on now, like just, give me some space here. Like, I don't even know you. Stop touching me. He seemed to like have no qualms about touching me and inspecting me, and he just thought it was like normal behavior to like do this to some like random guy on the street. And I didn't get the vibe that he was coming on to me in like a gay sort of way, which I have had at times from in Indonesia and in Malaysia actually, which is really awkward. But I think he was just genuinely curious. I think he had never seen or had that chance to get up and close and look at a foreigner like me, and so he took the opportunity, because I was at the side of the road, to inspect me. It was a bit awkward, bit funny. And anyways, he left, and I was like, whatever, I'm eating my peanut butter. And then I stopped for lunch in this little small Chinese place. I ordered food. I can order food in Bahasa Malay, but I didn't need to actually. At this little place, the lady spoke enough English, and they always sort of try to speak their English because they assume I don't know how to speak. And then I sort of usually surprise them with my little Malay that I do know. Because I'm sitting there eating, and another family comes in, and this older Chinese dude comes over and says hello, and he's like, "Oh, I'm surprised that you're eating here. Like, how do you like order? Do you just like point and like ask for stuff, like point and food?" I was like, well, no, actually the lady here speaks English. I can also say a few words Bahasa. And he was just like surprised that I would be eating at this small Chinese restaurant in Malaysia, even though he saw that I had arrived on my bicycle. And I think people like they don't really make the connection. In order for me to get anywhere on a bicycle, traveling by bicycle, it's like I have to stop at a lot of small places. The majority of the places I stopped were these small little restaurants, and if I didn't have a basic understanding of like what to order or how to order food in Malay, then I would have some troubles probably. But even then, it is makan, and I just like make hand signals, and they'll bring me whatever the special dish of the restaurant is, or the cheapest dish or whatever, and I can get by. This is funny. Anyway, he was super friendly. He was just curious. He had some Canadian friends working when he was working in Saudi Arabia, and he had retired. Just a hot day. Mostly smaller side roads, not a lot of traffic, which is really nice, but it's just pretty much all palm plantations. There was a small section of the road where there was actually forest every 500 meters for a good 5 kilometers. A clan of monkeys just alongside the road, because I'm sure people drive by there and they just throw their like garbage, but also their food waste out the door. out the windows, and the monkeys they're just feeding off of the whatever people throw out their cars. Like, as was always the case, they're a bit weirded out seeing a bicycle. They get a lot more afraid of a bicycle going by than they do a motorbike or a car, because they're so used to cars and motorbikes going by, but not used to a motorcycle or a bicycle going by. And this is the same with all animals. Sometimes people as well, actually. Like, well, people are just more like weirded out, but animals, they get afraid because they'll be used to like cars whipping by really loud and dangerously, and motorbikes whipping by really noisy, and they just get used to that, even though that's a lot more dangerous. But somebody on a bicycle, they're not used to it, and they're like, what is that weird foreign thing? I'm afraid I'm gonna run into the forest, get in defensive mode. It's the same with humans, you know, we lose our fear of what we're used to, but we maintain a fear of things that we don't know or that we're not used to. For instance, people are not afraid of driving on a highway in a car, even though the danger is really high, but they're afraid of somebody who they've never seen before, who looks different from a different country, or they're afraid of going out on the ocean in a boat just because they've never done it before and they don't know what it's like. There's a certain amount, I think, of healthy fear when it comes to things that can kill you, but we lose that. Thoughts when I'm tired and hot. Most of the food in restaurants are closed or not really happening until a little bit after 7 when fasting for the day ends. Ramadan time, there's a huge Ramadan market in this little town that I'm at. It's not that exciting, just a bunch of tents selling mostly cheap plastic shit.